Well, the Duluth Huskies finding a way to win this one 12-11 on a walk-off walk from Bobby Blandford in the bottom of the 11th inning. What a game, and what a long game that was. 4 hours and 45 minutes. I'm Kyle Morrison here with Evan Popalis. What else can you say about that one? It took a long time, but the Huskies finally pulled through.
Yeah, for Duluth, I mean, going back and forth with Bismarck in this game, you didn't want to be swept on your home turf for the first time this season. Huskies found offense early and often this game, but so did the Larks. That back and forth track meet on the scoreboard really allowed both teams to be in it, and it kind of lulled you to sleep through the middle portion of the game. And when it came to crunch time at the end, it was, oh my goodness, this game was only within 2 runs. Bismarck able to tie things up, but when it all mattered most, the Huskies went to their most reliable arm, and Jake Christensen, and all things came good for them tonight.
Well, the hero of the game, I guess, is Bobby Blandford. He had the walk-off walk that ended up winning it, and our correspondent, Wyatt Kopelman, he's ready to go with Bobby Blandford right now down on the field.
Thanks, guys. Wyatt Kopelman here on the first base line at Wade Stadium, joined alongside Huskies center fielder Bobby Blandford, coming in with a walk-off walk to give the Huskies a 12-11 lead here in 12 innings. Now, Bobby, big walk-off walk for you. What was going through your mind in that kind of at-bat?
Just bases loaded, infield in, typical situation. You just want to touch something, maybe get it in the outfield. We got JD at third. He can run really fast, so I was just trying to get something up in the air and see for the best. Luckily, I got 4-pitch balls, got the walk.
Now, you had the bases loaded for you. How much do you credit your teammates for being able to set you up in that kind of crucial situation?
Oh, great at-bats by everybody tonight. Just a lot of disciplined, a lot of smart hitters on our team, and it's great to have them on my team and to have them on base when I'm up too.
You mentioned the discipline of your teammates, the smart hitting that came into play tonight. You guys had 10 runs after the first 3 innings, but it turned into a marathon, a 4-hour and 44-minute ball game. What does this one say about you and your teammates to be able to lock in mentally?
Yeah, resilience. Just being able to stay locked in and stay focused throughout every inning, every pitch.
Well, that is it for Bobby Blandford. Bobby, thank you for taking the time to join. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you so much, Wyatt, for that fantastic interview. What a game this was. 12-11, as I mentioned earlier, 4 hours, 45 minutes, a game that the Huskies led in multiple different areas. At first, they led 4-1, then it was tied 4-4, then they went up 7-4, then they went up 7-6, then they were up 11-7, then they was tied 11-11, and finally, they ended the game up 12-11 at the only time that matters, which is when the game finally ends.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many different arms out of the bullpen for both sides. There were so many different bats used in this game, different pinch running scenarios, different odd scenarios going on throughout the game as well. So it was kind of weathering the storm in a sense for both sides in this contest. But when it mattered most for Duluth, Jake Christensen, as I mentioned, to kick off this post-game show, getting 5 consecutive strikeouts to shut down the Larks over 2 innings in extras. So then the Huskies just needed to find some offense, but they didn't even turn and get offense in the bottom of the 11th inning. All they had to do was resort to getting some base on balls, and then after that, Bobby Blandford does a trick, and he gets that walk-off walk to settle the score tonight, and now the Huskies are 5-1 against Bismarck this season.
Well, it was a marathon of a game, and we got a ton of highlights for you, so let's get started. Starting in the top of the first inning, Adam Axtell, he got the scoring started with an RBI single here, an RBI grounded, to make it 1-0.
Yeah, and absolutely right after that, there's a blooping single right here by Wojtek in the left side of the infield, unable to be played cleanly by Axtell. So the Huskies battle right back, and then Bobby Blandford gives one a ride past the diving Glasgow in center field. Terrific effort, but can't get it to go from Huskies up 3-1 at that point.
Jack Painter also had a big hit here. As you see the runners coming around in the Bobby Blandford triple. He had a sacrifice fly that made it 4-1. At that point, the Huskies were feeling pretty good about their chances.
Absolutely, feeling really good, getting ahead by 3 runs against a team that only has a record of 12-23 coming into tonight. But then Bismarck answering back right here as they get a sac fly plenty deep enough off the bat of Axtell. That gets the lead for the Huskies down to the slimmest of margins by 4-3.
And then there was an RBI single here that made it 4-4. And then the Huskies, they kept on battling. They ultimately make it 6-4 here, and then 7-4 in the second inning. after a Point Painter RBI fielder's choice. So the Huskies are up 7-4, feeling really good about themselves, but Bismarck responds right back. Glasgow with a fielder's choice RBI, and then Axtell with an RBI single to make it 7-6.
Axtell, you can't say enough about him. He had a fantastic day, cutting that margin back down to just 1 run again. Deficit closing in as that throw home right there, sliding in safely is Jared Medham on a hit right there by Wojtek. Huskies getting out ahead even further, and then a walk here with the bases loaded.
Well, the scoring party was not done for Bismarck. Bismarck came back, an RBI single from A.J. Barraza to make it 10-7. And then after that, the Duluth Huskies were able to come back and score again on a J.D. Rogers RBI, followed by a throw out there, a beautiful throw out from Eddie Rosario to get the back runner and then end the inning in the 5th. But the Bismarck Larks were not done. They made it 11-9 in the 6th inning on an Axtell 2 RBI single, and it was 11-9 at that point.
Yeah, and then at that point, you thought the Huskies were going to be able to shut the door as you see Hill get a couple of strikeouts right here, then Payne on the mound right there, and then a throw home, gets a huge out at the plate, a force out. Beautiful play there by Williams.
Hill looked fantastic for his first few innings of work, but the Bismarck Larks, they did not stop trying to come back. They made it 11-11 in the 9th, but Michael Sarhat was able to get out of that jam. A beautiful play, a barehanded play there, one of the best plays we've seen all season, and it remained 11-11, and then sent it to the bottom of the 9th and ultimately sent it to extra innings.
That play by Sarhat might be the play of the year right now for the Huskies off that bare hand grab. But here comes Jake Christensen, and you're just going to see strikeout after strikeout after strikeout with this man on the mound. So good. There's another one at the knees, just basically freezing guys with that low 90s fastball, just blowing it right by everyone that he went against. Jake Christensen, so cool, calm, and collective. And then with everything on the line, Bobby Blandford works the 3-1 walk to allow the Huskies to get the 12-11 victory and polish off a series split with the Larks, Kyle.
Well, after all that, I need a deep breath.
I think so, too. That was a lengthy highlight section.
What a game. So many highlights to cover, so many bright spots, so many low spots. Just a wild baseball game that almost had everything that you could possibly imagine. But that was a big win for the Huskies. If the Huskies don't end up winning that one after being up 11-7 and going through all they went through with the long, arduous game and getting swept by the Larks, you have to feel that that's a big confidence lowerer as they go into this next series coming up against La Crosse.
Yeah, able to get this victory tonight. A total team effort, really allowing the Huskies to set the tone, I feel, for the rest of this 6-game homestand as they're about to welcome in the La Crosse Loggers for a pair of games tomorrow night. But getting that win over a struggling Bismarck Lark squad overall this season, that just boosts some confidence if you're the Duluth Husky squad. They're still trying to work out some kinks on this roster, whether it's the starting pitching because they've lost 3 of their 5 men out of the rotation here for the start of the second half. So just going along with that storyline, still trying to find some more competitiveness and some regularity out of the bullpen arms is a huge factor as well. So once they can figure out some of those question marks in the pen and just pitching overall, I think this team's going to find its stride again, and they're just kind of going through a little bit of growing pains to start the second half, and then different alignment in the field. Some more errors tonight for the Huskies, but I think things really started to settle in as the night went on, and they got better overall. And then the offense, of course, was fantastic all evening.
So the win goes to Jake Christensen. The loss to Enrique Morales, who gave up the walk that ultimately allowed Bobby Blandford to score. The Huskies will be right back here to play La Crosse at 6:35 Central Time. It will be right back on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. I would like to thank my partner, Evan Popalis, for being here tonight through this long marathon. I'm Kyle Morrison. Thank you so much for joining us and giving some time out of your day to watch us talk about baseball and watch a great baseball game. Once again, the Duluth Huskies win this one in 11 innings, 12-11. You have been watching the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Come again sometime soon.